Hyaluronic acid is a heteropolysaccharide molecule widely spread throughout our body, most particularly in the skin. During our life, this molecule is continuously renewed, synthesized, and degraded by our body. While maintaining its chemical structure, HA is found with different molecular weights, which are able to bind to specific receptors, thus stimulating different biochemical pathways. High molecular weight hyaluronic acid, which is the main component of the extracellular matrix, is particularly effective in maintaining tissue hydration. It mediates the wound healing process, promoting cell migration and proliferation. And it also promotes a signaling activity by interacting with certain receptors, thus activating specific cellular responses. Low molecular weight HA has, instead, a powerful antioxidant activity, and it's this molecule that promotes the wound healing process. Moreover, low molecule weight hyaluronic acid also promotes a signaling activity, interacts with specific receptors, and activates different cellular responses to those of the high molecular weight HA. The discovery of stable hybrid cooperative complexes of hyaluronic acid represents Italian excellence, the result of research conducted by the University of Campania in collaboration with IBSA. The union of the two molecular weights was achieved through a thermal process which allowed the components to join. The result was not a mixture, but the creation of a new highly innovative molecule, which, while maintaining its natural chemical structure, is extremely stable. These hybrid cooperative complexes showed also other surprising chemical physical features, such as an extremely high concentration, much higher than what has been available so far, a nature-identical chemical structure, a very low viscosity, and a greater resistance to degradation, resulting in greater bioavailability. This is how Profhilo originated, a molecule with multi-level bioremodeling action on tissues, as demonstrated by in vitro studies. The goal of these studies was to determine the interaction between cells and the stable hybrid cooperative complexes, and to understand whether they would trigger a cellular response, starting with skin tissue regeneration. Our skin tissues are, in fact, composed of specific cellular elements distributed in several layers. The most superficial is the epidermis, an extremely thin layer of just 0.3 millimeters, where there are 5 levels of keratinocytes, from the stratum corneum outermost layer to the stratum basale innermost layer. Then we find the dermis, which has a texture similar to gelatin containing fibroblasts, 9 collagen isoforms, elastin, and other components. And the hypodermis, consisting mainly of adipose tissue, containing both mature adipocytes and very small fraction of pre-adipocytes or adipocyte stem cells. The initial step of the study was to inject the hybrid cooperative complexes into a human cell culture medium. The first clinical findings demonstrated by the authors of the study were high diffusion and integration in the tissue surrounding the injection site, an increased resistance to enzymatic degradation, which allows the hybrid complexes to exert a prolonged action due to a slow release of its components, and therefore further diffusion in the tissue. The in vitro study on keratinocytes demonstrated how the specific receptors of keratinocytes, after coming into contact with the hybrid complexes, trigger a biochemical cascade, which stimulates the cell to activate the biosynthesis of proteins in the matrix, such as elastin and collagen types 4 and 7. The same study demonstrated how the interaction of hybrid complexes with specific fibroblast receptors activates matrix protein biosynthesis processes by stimulating further production of elastin and collagen types 1 and 3. Lastly, the study on the interaction of hybrid complexes with adipocytes, or more precisely with the adipocyte stem cells, which showed that hybrid complexes not only promote the vitality of these cells, but also activate them by favoring their physiological evolutionary path, consisting of storing fat and evolving into mature adipocytes. Hybrid complexes have been shown to play a catalytic role in this process. In fact, Not only is the process accelerated compared to the physiological rate, but also compared to the rate when tested with linear low and high molecular weight and even cross-linked hyaluronic acid. Studies have therefore shown that stable hybrid cooperative complexes actually interact with the cells, preparing them to synthesize that which determines the youthfulness of a tissue, allowing the development and maintenance of these elements in the right homeostasis, composition, and physiological condition. It is possible to conclude that hybrid cooperative complexes counteract the effects of cellular aging, such as skin laxicity, therefore promoting tissue bioremodeling, improving elasticity and hydration, and restoring firmness of the tissues. The studies cited have been published in international scientific journals with high impact factors and have been widely reviewed, demonstrating that the hybrid complexes go beyond, well beyond the success achieved so far, with a molecule given to us by nature.